There are a lot of things that I wish I knew before playing Bloxburg, and I'm going to be telling you them all. Hello guys, it's K-Spade, and welcome back to my channel. And as I said, I'm going to be giving you my tips of what I wish I knew before playing Bloxburg. But before we do get into this, I do want to say that I do have a Discord that you can join if you would like to partake in a build battle or any future activities on my channel. And that will be linked in the description below, but let's get straight on into this video. And my very first tip is in the settings. Now, what this is the tooltip. Now, as you can see here, it says show interaction tooltip. I have this off as that is the way I like it, but I will show you what it's like on and why I wish I turned it off at the start. So the tooltip is now on and I will show you what it does. So as you can see, whenever I'm walking somewhere, it comes up with all these pop-ups saying turn off or how to open the door and everything like that. They just pop up and it's sometimes very unaesthetic if you are recording, or some people it can just be annoying. But you can go back into your settings and turn this off, and as you'll see, they don't pop up anymore, and it works just by you doing everything yourself so they don't show up, which is very helpful if you don't like it, just like I didn't. And the next one is when you get the starter house, don't delete it straight away as you won't get the same amount. My best tip is to work before you delete it, because you will have to buy a new house, which if you sell that, you can't buy any of the starter ones, so you will have to make your own. And with this one, you are getting pretty much everything, and if you make a new house, it may not be exactly the same as this and have the same as you are working with a lower amount. So my best tip for this would to be work for a little bit and then delete your house so you have more than what the starter house costs. And the next one is to do with mood stations. Now, if you don't know what a mood station is, it's basically while you're working, you come to your mood stations to get your moods up, as that makes you earn more when your moods are very high. The tip is the more expensive items you have, the faster your moods will go up. Now, this is rich coming from me, as I literally have probably like the cheapest bath, the cheapest TV. Obviously, when it comes to food, that doesn't really matter. The pizza box is just the easiest to go for. But if you do have a luxury bath, a luxury TV, and a luxury bed, you will get your moods up so much faster and you won't have to wait as long. And the next one is to do with houses and buildings. Now, when it comes to building, when you're new, it is very hard, as I never was able to build when I first started. And the best thing I would recommend you do is have a speed build, which you can find on YouTube. There's loads of tutorials, or you could get some from Pinterest. But if you want to do what I did, I basically go onto all these floor plan websites and you can choose how many bedrooms you want, how many bathrooms you want, and then they will show you different houses that you can do. This is one of them, which I decided to recreate and put my own spin on it. But you can do that instead if you don't really want a house that everyone has. But I would definitely recommend, if you are a new person to building, I would definitely recommend speed builds, as they do show you a lot of tips while doing that you may not have if you're new. And with Pinterest, I would recommend doing this with rooms. So search up what kind of rooms you'd want and what kind of aesthetics, and there will be loads for you to choose from. And the next one is FreeCam. Now, I wish someone told me about FreeCam, as I was always really confused how people did it and how people went into this mode randomly when I never knew how to do it. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't know if you can do it on mobile or iPad. I only know the way for PC, but the way it is to do it is you press Shift and P, and then you get this whole thing where the screen is gone, and you can move a lot more freely and your character just stays there. But obviously, this is great if you're kind of showcasing off a house, or if you do TikToks and stuff like that. This is perfect, and I wish I knew about this sooner. And the next one is to do with jobs. Now, I don't know why this is going on with my outfit, but the best job you can do is pizza, which is also kind of conjoined with Bloxburg. They both kind of earn the same amount, but if it really is based on if you want more money or if you enjoy the job. So if you want a job you could enjoy, then you could choose any other job. But if you want the job that pays the most, it will be between pizza and Bloxburg. Going along with this, another thing as well, your level does depend on the money you earn, but as I see this, if you work harder, you will gain more level, which I am at 46. I'm hoping to get to 50, but I do need to work more so I can achieve that. Now, the next one is a colouring tip. So as you can see, when you colour something, you usually press this, go to something and kind of copy it. And something else you can do now, instead of having to press this, go to this and copy, you can press Shift and F and then it will automatically just copy it to any wall that you want, and you can just press and it will copy it to every single one. Now, the next one is to do with game passes. I would definitely recommend buying game passes, but there are some that you don't really need, and I will tell you the ones that are the best. So, in my opinion, I definitely think Excellent Employee is needed if you're new, as it'll get you much more money when you do your job. The next one is advanced placing, so that you can kind of place things where you want instead of being limited to where you can place them. Multiple floors is definitely a good one, or you can only really build one-story floors, so this one is definitely up there with them. Now, the rest of them, you don't really need. These are just for when you want to build more. The only one I don't have is Marvelous Moods, as I don't really need that. And these ones, when you get more advanced with your building, I would definitely recommend Transform Plus Tool. Premium isn't really that needed. It just means you can really choose where you put your plot. Large plot is definitely good if you want to do a larger plot, like a city or something. And if I'm honest, I don't really use basements that much, but it is still a good game pass. Now, the next one is to save you money, and also is the undo tip. So if you place a wall and say you don't want it, so you go and delete it, you are actually losing out on a bit of money there, as you saw. But what you can do is, say you placed it obviously here, and you don't want it and you don't like it, all you need to do is press this undo button and you won't lose out on any money. I think a lot of people do not realize this a lot, but when you place something and delete it, you are actually getting rid of a lot of money and wasting money when you can just press the undo button. Now, the last thing I wish I knew before playing Bloxburg is the grid. I never used to know how the grid works, and I will show you. So, for instance, I am going to use these boxes, but as you can see, when the grid is on A4, you basically are limited to where you can put things. So if you wanted to put it in this exact corner, but as you can see, it goes on the outside. This is because the grid is too small to kind of place anything, and it grips onto all these places. Now, the second one with 12 on it, you do have a bit more freedom, but not a lot, but you can still place it in the corners and stuff like that. Now, the only one I use really is this one. The other one I use a lot more. I only use this one to kind of when I want to fit things into place. So if I want something in the middle, I use this one as it will click into place. And the last one, which is a 12 grid, you have so much more freedom to place things wherever you want without them clipping onto things. And these are for more when you're doing more basic shapes and stuff, or whatever really. But this just means it doesn't clip like you saw in the other one, and you can just freely move it to wherever you would like. But those are some of the things I wish I knew before playing Bloxburg. But if you guys did like this video, then please make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I've linked my TikTok, my Instagram, and my Discord all in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye!